So we have bought a house in the village. So I'm gonna live here together with my girlfriend. But before we do, we are gonna renovate the whole place. As there's a lot to renovate in this house. It may look quite nice on camera, but it does require a lot of attention. So we do have a lot to do in this house, and I want to film some things of it so that you can also see what we're gonna do with this. This house is built in 1950, so it's 74 years old at this moment, and that's really old. So we definitely have to restore it. The kitchen has been done in the past, and also the toilet room, I don't know for sure, but I know that the bathroom is done in the past. So that's also a bit newer, but it's in the wrong place for us, so we're gonna take this out as well, which is a shame, but in the end we better do it properly the first time than having to redo everything a few times. So we're gonna do everything at once and hopefully get a nice home to live in with that. So the house is located in the middle of the village. As you can see, the church on the background. So we're now entering through the front door, which is actually on the side of the house. Then we get into the hallway. From the hallway we can walk straight ahead into the small living room which is there. It does have a lovely floor. We really love the floor. Unfortunately we don't know the shape at this moment, so we have to take a look at that. And let's close the door to keep the heat in. Now we have a nice kitchen. It's probably 20 to 30 years old, but it's still looking to be in quite well shape. And we also got a toilet and a bathroom here. And this is actually a storage area where we could put washing machine and dryer. Now let's move to the basement, as the basement is also accessible from the hallway. And we have quite a nice basement here, as I can just stand there. But it's quite a big basement, so we can put a lot of stuff in here. And it's really nice to store food in, so we can keep all the food which doesn't have to be extremely cold in the basement. And we can store some other stuff there as well. It has a nice access way to the kitchen, so I really like that. Now let's move upstairs. So upstairs we have 3 bedrooms and a spare room. So on the right we have a room which is the smallest one, I think, of the 3 bedrooms. It also has a cabinet there. Which one straight ahead is the second largest one, and that one also contains a little room, and it has a wall cabinet. So this little room also is included. At this moment it has the heating pump in here, which is not that practical to have up at your bedroom, but it's located there at this moment, so that's what it is. And now on the left side of the stairs we have the 3rd bedroom, which is the biggest one. It's still not a big one, but it has a nice size, and you could put a decent double bed in here, so seems to make sense to me. Now we also have an attic. We just haven't been able to access it yet, as the hole is really small. Now let's go outside and have a look at what it looks like outside the house. So from the storage area we can also reach the garden through the back door. So let's just open that up, as we still have it locked at this moment. And then we can walk straight into the back garden, where we have a nice place to sit behind the kitchen. We also can walk into the carport, which is besides the house. And you can see from the back of the house there's no windows at all. And here we have the rest of the garden with a nice pond and a lot of grass. And the garden is actually leading completely up until the road up front. So that's giving us a nice lawn garden besides the house. And this is really one of the reasons why we did buy this house because it has a really nice space and it's in a really nice area. So it's a really calm area where we don't have a lot of noise and still we can access everything within a few minutes. So I requested the original drawings of the house from the city office and I got them, and we can see actually what the house looks like up front and from the side. From these 2D drawings I have created a 3D model. With this 3D model we have a nice overview of what the house looks like and how we can change stuff. We do want to change the layout as the current layout is not really good for the situation, as we just don't have proper access to the garden. We don't have any lookout over the garden. The bathroom is on the bottom floor, which is not likely in these times. So in the 1950s that was perfectly ideal. And we want to walk into the garden from the living room. I've made another model from this model. So let's take a look at that one. When we look at this model, we can straight away see that the house has grown a bit. And that's because we do need more space on the bottom. That's because we cannot extend the living room to the back without making an additional storage space, or we would have no storage space at all on the bottom floor. So it makes sense to build an extension on the right side of the house. That way we can extend the kitchen a bit, so we can make an actual living kitchen, which also has a really nice lookout over the garden. And the front side of that part is gonna be purely storage room, so we can do the washing there, and we have our heating pump there and all that kind of stuff. We can put our bicycles in here. It's basically for all the practical things that we need, but that we don't want to have standing in the living room or the kitchen. We also moved the entrance of the house, so that's now on front of the house instead of on the side. So we create a new hallway in the living room, and that way we use the smallest part of the living room as a hallway. From the hallway we can walk into the living room. The living room now extends from front completely till the back into the garden, so we can walk freely into the garden from the living room. We can also access the kitchen from the living room, and the kitchen also gets a nice access into the garden, as we now just have more place for the kitchen cabinets, so we can actually have a door outside in the kitchen. From the kitchen and from the living room we can access the hallway where we have the staircase. From there we can get into the storage area, or we can move up the stairs where we have the 3 bedrooms, and we modified something in the hall here to have the bathroom in here and also the toilet in the little space which was a cabinet before, and we just sacrificed 2 square meters of the smallest bedroom. So that's gonna be smaller, but we're gonna take that space back later on, and I will show you how that's gonna look like when the house is finished, but that will be a complete surprise. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe so you get a notification when the next video of this project is gonna come online. To follow this renovation series, just subscribe to the home renovation playlist which I generate on my YouTube account. Thank you for watching.